So guys, right now the crypto markets are dumping. We are seeing mixed sentiment in the markets with the news events that are pumping out around Trump. We also have some new news that actually just came out right now about Trump's pretty much tariffs and how they're unconstitutional and potentially voided. So we're going to be talking about that information, what's causing these fluctuations around Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, and exactly what everyone's anticipating for altcoins with specific charts and price action. But before we jump into it, if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and overall just how to position yourself correctly. Like how I said, we have a whole bunch of news events with Trump talking about specific chips in China and initiating potentially another, start to a trade war. But we also have some updated information that just came out talking about how Trump's tariffs and a lot of the things he's trying to push are unconstitutional and potentially voided. So what does that mean for altcoins? What does that mean for crypto? We're about to find out. So let's go and jump into the price action and exactly what we are seeing. So guys, like how I said, we saw some massive deviations today, seeing a little bit of a correction right now as we're speaking. Bitcoin's hitting around that 108,000, but we did touch down all the way to around that 107, almost 106,900 zone. Ethereum also saw some deviations, but is quickly seeing a recovery as well, with the negative news that we saw earlier today with Trump and a few other different things that are initiating more fluctuations with this whole trade war and everything. But we also have some more positive news with Benjamin Cohen that actually just came out talking about how Trump's Liberation Day tariffs pretty much exceeded his authority under IEEPA, and the court said Trump can't bypass Congress to set trade policy and that these tariffs are unconstitutional and void, which is really crazy. But earlier in the day, reason why we saw fluctuations was due to a few different things. President Trump has ordered U.S. chip designers to stop selling to China, per Financial Times. We also had a reporter talk to Trump about the taco, which is the Trump always chickens out trade, and how pretty much buying stocks, people buy stocks prior to Trump tariff headlines with the assumption that Trump will chicken out and the stocks will go up. And this caused a lot of fluctuations in the market. We saw the Dow take a huge hit once this was spoken by this reporter. And then on top of that, we started seeing more fluctuations based off of specific industries with this whole, chip, issue that's going on. The U.S. has paused exports of chip software and jet engine technology to China. This comes hours after President Trump ordered U.S. chip designers to stop selling to China. Is the U.S.-China trade war ramping up again? And then from there, we do have a few other different news events talking about what's going on in the U.S. as well as overall the trade war that is taking place. This sums it up with, over the last 12 hours, a reporter asked Trump about the taco. Trump always chickens out trade. 2, Trump responds, don't ever say what you said. 3, Trump orders U.S. chip designers to stop selling to China. And then that's we saw the massive deviations with the Dow. 4, the U.S. pauses exports of chip software and jet engine technology to China. 5, U.S. announces that they will begin revoking visas of Chinese students. What is happening here? It's in full-out fledged, guys, war against China, which is not too positive, which is why we're seeing massive fluctuations in the market. But this new news event that just came out literally, guys, like a minute or 2 minutes ago, 6:55, it's currently 7 o'clock. We saw this come out. I'm sure this is going to have a massive effect on the market. We're already seeing assets see a little bit of recovery, especially with how this is going to be having an effect. Are the, Liberation Day tariffs voided? We'll find out in the coming days. But Crypto Mission now gives his perspective around ETH. And why are we watching ETH, guys? Is because altcoins revolve around Ethereum and the price action on Ethereum. So, small reminder that this monthly candle on Ethereum isn't bearish. And right now we're looking quite nice, retesting specific zones, that area of opportunity and overall liquidity. And this is actually really, really great, pointing to the fact of the imbalance that we've been talking about on this channel, and multiple crypto analysts and traders have been talking about as well. On top of that, Crypto Mission now gives this perspective, just saying fundamentally the thesis surrounding crypto couldn't be more positive. The fact that many enterprises are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. We saw GameStop not too long ago, guys, literally today or yesterday, buy a whole bunch of Bitcoin, really changing the landscape on how businesses are doing things, which is causing everybody to run to the gates. But the fact that many enterprises are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets while governments are debating buying massive amounts, that itself would be a reason to simply hold the asset. And guys, we saw Bitcoin peak out at around 69,000 back in 2021 when interest rates were at 1%. Right now, we're sitting at around 5 to 6%, and Bitcoin's currently sitting at around 108, 109,000. Could you imagine once inflation starts to go down, we start to see rate cuts, and overall we start to see liquidity pour back? It's gonna get freaking stupid. And also the fact that companies and countries are, wanting to allocate and buy so much Bitcoin just really points to the fact, guys, where liquidity is moving. Smart money moves before everything else, and if you can focus on that, you can really get ahead of everybody. But Justin Bennett also talks about the total chart, as well as the cleanup that we're currently seeing, testing specific zones, and also ranging in those imbalances that we've been talking about on this channel. But he says total is looking clean right now, currently sitting on a level that could open up downside targets like 3 trillion. If it breaks down, a 3 trillion test would likely equal Bitcoin around the 97,000. Imbalances I've discussed for the last 2 weeks. I've also been discussing them, and multiple other people have been discussing them, guys. But the biggest thing that he is saying that I think is really important, we should know more soon, which is really important. You need to be keeping up with the day-to-day events, price action, how liquidity is moving, and the specific zones that we hit to let you know if we're going to be deviating or we're going to be ripping up. Based off of what we're currently seeing, we could more than likely be seeing a deviation take place based off of this specific zone. Just a quick retest in this area of opportunity that we're currently seeing with the imbalance. But at the end of the day, only time will tell, guys. And on this channel, I'll keep you updated with all that information. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Benjamin Cohen, though, gave us the crazy information, just saying LOL, which is pretty funny, just because Trump is trying to push his Liberation Day tariffs, and now you have pretty much the federal court coming in and saying, no, buddy, you cannot do that. So right now, this is going to be having a huge effect on the trade war that's currently taking place, how countries are perceiving the United States, and overall multiple other different things, guys. This is super, super key moving into the end of the week, which is already in 2 days. Is going to really let us know how we're going to be closing out the week and how price action for risk assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins are going to be looking. So this is quite crazy, guys. I'm really interested in tomorrow and how everything's going to have an effect. But my portfolio right now, my crypto portfolio, altcoins, guys, mainly revolved around AI, meme coins. Everything is trading sideways. Right now, guys, is a really great time to start looking for good positions. A lot of coins have already created higher lows, but right now everything is just trending sideways, waiting for more price action and news events to come out. So swiping everything to the side, guys, we have mixed sentiment from Trump, the orange man. We also have a whole bunch of price action taking place. Right now, everything is looking quite bullish based off of what we're currently seeing. A lot of, altcoins creating higher lows. Price action on Bitcoin and Ethereum testing specific imbalances that we've been keeping up with, and then from there, more than likely, going to be ripping up. On top of that, we have talks about Fed cuts and a few other different things that are going to be happening moving forward into the year. So a lot of this stuff is super informational, guys, and also super important. And all of this pretty much stems to the fact that if you can keep up with all of this information, the price action, how liquidity moves, and just shuffle through the fluff, you can start to begin to understand what the timeline looks like for your altcoin portfolio and when you want to start taking profits. And on this channel, I'm going to be sharing all of that information. So make sure you guys go check out the rest of my content. I keep you guys updated with the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and practically everything you need to be aware of so that you can make those crazy gains. Guys, I don't want to fill your brain with fluff. There's mixed sentiment. There's mixed headlines. Price action is looking quite bullish, though, for altcoins and crypto in general. We have never been in a more better position where crypto is highly praised by multiple governments and is put on balance sheets for big companies and corporations. This is a crazy time. So best thing you can do is not capitulate your bag. Don't, go listen to someone really stupid that's telling you you need to sell your whole bag. That's it. Liquidity is done. It's over. understand exactly the perspective behind it, learn how liquidity moves, follow the price action on key assets, which is what we do on this channel, and then from there keep obtaining more information. But if you guys are new to the channel, drop me a comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think of my content, let me know what you think of my perspective, let me know what you think is going to be happening for altcoins with Trump's tariffs and all this information that's coming out. I love to hear everyone's journey and their perspective and exactly what's going on. But I drop day-to-day content, so stay tuned, and hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Peace.